This is Freeman on 1st and 10. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Freeman again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. And he's got Sanu. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. Call it a 3-yard gain. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now it's Ryan. Looking deep downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get it, push it, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So a 3rd and 8. Off-play action. Cook. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. It's Bird. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. On 1st and 10. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here now come the Falcons. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something
Heads up.
to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Falcons get a bit closer. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill. Now Cook. He sets to fire deep. There they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Here's Shane Leckler now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over, 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Shaq Thompson from his outside linebacker spot. He comes up to drop him for a loss of 10. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Now Ryan on second down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Corn Elder. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. An update from down in Tampa, and the Bucs are out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Second and 10. It's Ryan again. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
But one thing's for sure. When you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Taken in at the 22. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Cook throwing on first down. This one complete to Devin Funchess. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Cook now off the play fake. Flush to his right. And he gets it to Funchess complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now Ryan. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Ryan. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Before a running back, that kind of encompasses everything right there. Terrific run, but he almost gets it to the end zone. Remember, almost. Didn't quite get there. Most running backs I know, they don't want to come out of the game now. They're screaming to the bench, call it again. I want to get into the end zone.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. So the chains are on their sides. It's 1st and goal from the 6. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can...
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Shaq Thompson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
No, Jack, Patriot! Now let's go! 3-19! Back 99 Philly, here we go! All right, here we go. 3-19!
First throw off the bench for the veteran Shum. Steps away to his left. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now let's go!
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And taken right at the 35. And he is knocked down from the side. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go! Check.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing, Cook, eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the yards. And the Panthers just continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 75 yards. And the Falcons are able to make things a bit more respectable. So they get 1 score back, but still a long ways to go here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Looking to throw. Cook under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
That's Samuel, caught left side. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. An update from down in Tampa. And the Buccaneers have just extended their lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The play clock's running down. Leckler now on as he'll punt this away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big time?
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now Shaw. Looking downfield for Jones. They've got his man complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Shaw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Second down following the incompletion. He'll look to throw. Going up top. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Deion Bush with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Deion Jones. In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Cook. Off play action. He's going to fire one deep over the... He's got a man. Complete. 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 92 yards. And the Panthers have got it on cruise control. Turning into a really good performance on the road, week one. You're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Coleman has it here right side. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he finds a man. It's Martin. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit. 23 yards on the play. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
No, check, Patriot. Here you go now.
They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. So the D-line's going to spread out. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Shaq Thompson getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go now. Blue, landed. Detroit.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Shedding the tackle. And some space here. And he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more. To throw is Cook. Off the play fake. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake. Cook. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And they'll start in a hole here as he's brought down at the 11-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now Cook to throw again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket. Could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. Now they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So they had great field position, but a three-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a three-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
All right now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back nine up, Philly. Here we go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here, because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green. All right now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 Short in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. The Falcons on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 19.
Gone. Watch it now, Barney. All right now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Deion Bush with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. No gain on the play there. Second down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this. Overtime in week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.